This generation, we have spent more money, we've spent more resources, more energy on trying to reach this generation. And those who study trends, generational trends in the church, they say that those born after, I think it's 1984, my generation, 96% of them, they're unchurched, they do not adhere to any biblical value. God either doesn't exist or he doesn't matter. And so the implications of that is that we have yet to see the full fruit of that generation in our nation. It's a sobering thought. It's like there's a sleeper cell right now in America, and we've yet to see the fruit that would come of it. So despite our many methods and ideas, that generation is spending tons of money, tons of resources, energy, efforts. So many people are just burnt out. And yet, God's doing something, but there is still needed breakthrough, great needed breakthrough. I think what's happening in the nation, even the crisis, economic, go down the laundry list. I believe it is a manifestation of what is going on even in the spirit. That there's crisis, and the Lord's trying to shake us awake and say to come out of just business as usual and give ourselves to the cultivating of oil, the cultivating of prayer, cultivating of depth in God. This is what I want. For the reality of God to rest on my frame in this hour. I want that he would be my exceedingly great reward and nothing else. A person like that is untouchable in the midst of shaking. They might get beaten up. They might lose everything, go through great trials. But they're untouchable because their heart is alive and they have a vibrant spirit in God. That's what Paul said. Nothing can separate us from the love of God. And so this is my heart, is that, and this is what I'm saying with this, is Revelation 1. Jesus says this about himself, that he says, I'm the Alpha and the Omega, who is, and who was, and who is to come, the Almighty. That he's eternal, he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. And there's something profound in that, because this is what happened at his first coming, is that it says in Luke 19 that Israel missed her hour of visitation because Jesus comes as a lamb. He comes as a man riding on a donkey in humility and meekness. And they were looking for the Messiah to be a lion that's going to come and rule on the earth in a literal way. And so right now, I think we're kind of in an opposite thing, is that the nations of the earth are expecting, or more likely is the church is looking at this man as a lamb, and he is a lamb. He never changes, but he's going to come as a lion. He's going to shake everything that can be shaken. And he doesn't restrain one aspect of his nature and character to reveal another aspect. He's coming as a lion, but he's still a lamb. He came as a lamb, and he was still a lion. And so where I'm going with this is that this is the Jesus who is to come, and are we prepared for him? Do we know him truly?